Hey everybody, this is Mike, and I believe we are on part 7 of the Chrono Trigger walkthrough. So, let's pick it up. Pick it up at the end of time, that is. Alright. The old man, the wise old man. So he explains that if any 4 people travel through a time gate at the same time, they end up here. So, hence the way, I guess, Square Enix decided to put a cap, I guess, on the amount of characters in battle. So I am gonna stick with those 3. Take Luca and Morrow with. Alright. So, looks like we can go back to our own time period if we step on the pillars of light. And the old man will prompt us to go into the door behind him. And here we have Specchio? Sounds right. How do you look? Looks strong to me. Strong might be an understatement for Chrono at this time. So, all right, everything is broken into 4 types. Got lightning, which is Chrono. And water, I think that's Marl and Frog. And then there's fire, which is Luca. And then shadow, which is Robo at the moment. So, Mr. Specchio is going to give us some magic. You just have to run around his room 3 times. And then step back to the center there and talk to him again. Alright, so do we want to try it out? Yes, we do, sir. Specchio changes forms dependent on your character's levels. He actually does hint to that. But there's certain ranges. I think the first range is basically the lowest you can get. I don't know, level 1 or whatever. To I think level 19 is the cutoff. And then I believe the second tier, I guess, is like 19 to 29 or something like that. Don't quote me on that though. I'd have to check again just to make sure, but I'll try to get back to him, during the right level ranges. And his form actually changes too. He'll look a little different. So here you just use magic on him. I generally, it looked like to me, it looked like I just healed with Marl the whole time, because he can put the hurt on, he does a decent amount of damage. So that's, I don't know how useful Robo is in this fight. I guess you could try it, but I just stuck with these 3. I don't know what Tex Robo even has right now, so that's why he may not be a very good choice for this. But again, you know what? If you like taking them, or you want to give it a try, give her a rip. But alright, so I got 1 magic tab and 5 ethers for beating him. And the rewards do change. I believe the last tier of rewards is the best, but I think you gotta be, I don't know if you gotta be level 99 for that or not. I'll have to see a bit later. So, the shining, I don't know, light there restores your health. And this is optional. You don't need to go this way, but I went back to 65 million BC. Reason being is there's a piece of armor, and you'll see that in a bit here. But for the most part, this video, we don't actually go through a lot of the story. This is more of side exploration, I guess, and picking up items. Again, this is completely optional. You don't have to go back to 65 million BC or not, or if you don't want to. There was a berserker there, if you like the berserkers. I think that's the second one. So you could actually have 2 of them right now. And again, I think those are pretty decent if you don't need to control your characters. If you know that if you know all you're going to be doing is auto attacks, then, or using the fight command. That's definitely an item you can pick up. It definitely will beef up your characters, but for the most part, I don't use them a whole lot. It's really kind of few and far between when I do. But specifically, I can think of one spot that they're really useful, but that'll be coming up in a ways yet. And I'll certainly let you know once we get there. We will actually, this is the first time you can be here, but there aren't actually any story objectives right now in 65 million BC. The next time we come back is when it'll really pick up. It's actually my favorite spot in the game, I guess, especially to level. You can really power up there. And like I said, I will be going through that, detailing exactly where and when to do it. I think it can really, honestly, it'll set you up for the rest of the game. You won't really, depending on how much time you actually want to spend here, you'll really be set up. So, right down there is the forest maze. I believe I checked in there in a little bit here, but there actually isn't anything you can do there yet. So here, though, we have the Dactyl's Nest, and this is where we are gonna go get some armor. In hindsight, I wish I would have just run from these battles. These battles were really, really rough. You're not really meant to be here this early in the game, and this stuff really, especially this, I think it's called the Cave Ape. Yeah, you attack him and he throws stuff at you. So had I been thinking, I would have taken care of the little rock things first, but I wasn't really thinking that much. They're not weak to anything. They have really high defense. To magic specifically. I think I tried a couple of different things, a couple of different attacks, and nothing was really working. And I finally figured out a better strategy. And I believe it was to just auto attack with Chrono, because Chrono is, again, he is just a powerhouse right now. So he's shredding these guys. But like I said, in hindsight, I would have just skipped these guys and ran away. That would have been far less painful. I tried lightning here too, and it just doesn't do anything. Luca died. Chrono's basically dead again for the second time in the same fight. So you can see that these guys mean business. But there we go. Chrono takes him down with the fight command. And here I think I heal up a little bit more and bring Luca back up. But anyways, going back to my thought process. Once I finally get Ayla here in 65 million BC, once we come back, that's where I typically like to spend all my time leveling. And like I said, it will set you up for the rest of the game, guaranteed. If you put in a little bit of time here, and if you want to continue on with the story, that's fine too. But I definitely definitely recommend it, because I can really help you out. You know, spend a little time here now, and you know, maybe it can, if it prevents a game over in the future, you know, because you're, you know, under leveled or under geared or something, then hey, you know, it was a good idea, I guess. And I believe these are weak to lightning. But again, in hindsight, I think it would have been faster to just crush them with Chrono and his attacks. Yeah, the fight command for Luca and Marl even did a ton of damage there. So I don't know if those were really worth casting on. Yeah, I didn't do that. Well, again, Chrono's pretty overpowered, so I don't know. And now that only did 39, I don't know. Kind of strange. Chrono crushed that one. So, without going too much into the power leveling process, I'll try to go into that more once we actually get there. But one of the reasons why I like waiting to do it until later is just because you'll have more characters at that point, and you know, I wouldn't say that I, you know, completely wouldn't say that it's a waste of time ever. I mean, you're gonna get more out of power leveling later. But you know, if you really wanted to, if you wanted to hang out around here, or, you know, wherever, and put some levels on, then by all means go ahead. But I just don't. I guess I don't like to do it that early. And there, Chrono goes down, unfortunately. So I was not paying attention to his health. But again, in hindsight, I should have ran away from all these fights here and just gone right for the male, the miso male, I believe it's called. I probably would have, definitely would have cut down this video, because I got a matter. I just got a lot of deaths here. Chrono went down once or twice. Luca went down, I think. Marl just died. But I got kind of lucky in here. I mean, Chrono got a ton of counterattacks. I think he got 3 of them. So that went real well. It definitely sped up the pace of this fight. I could have, again, this could have been another battle that, I mean, I very well could have ended up with a game over here, but we pulled it off. So, again, I think, you know, I talked about it in one of the other videos, but especially being that my Chrono is so power, you know, he's got such a huge power rating. I think that Rage Band is just great on him. I guess the only other thing I would maybe consider, you know, I probably could have put actually a Berserker on him in here too. That I've been thinking. That would have worked just fine too. Because, I mean, frankly, it's his fight command that's doing most of the work. And there's the miso male, so that is the whole reason for coming here. And I waited a little bit to equip it, but I believe it increased his defense stat by 20, and that's the best piece of armor that you're going to be able to get your hands on, at least in quite a while. So that is the whole reason why I came back here. Whether or not it's really worth it, I don't know. I guess it's hard to say, but I guess it's something that I just always did. You know, I always kind of explored a bit more than maybe normal. So, you know, that's what I did the first time I played the game, and kind of done it through every playthrough, I guess. You do, I will say, you do end up coming through here quite a bit later on in the story. So if you don't want to go out of your way for that, that's fine. That's definitely, I don't even know if I would recommend coming here. You know, again, the stuff is really gear-wise. Your characters really aren't meant to be here, but that increases his defense by, like I said, about 20 points. So that is a huge upgrade. So that'll be pretty nice for the upcoming fights and whatnot. So do I recommend coming here? No. If you really want to go the extra mile, though, you go right ahead, because that piece of armor is pretty fantastic. And here, I don't go into the huts much other than this one, because you can restore your health and MP. So that's exactly what I did. You one of the reptites, I beat you up. Well, good thing we're not. So that is basically the inn in 65 million BC is right there. So you can talk to that young lady and drink the water. Here again, here's the forest maze. I just poked my head in here to see if I could get through and maybe get some more items, but you can't come through here yet. Not until a bit later in the story. So let's head back and get out of this place. Alrighty. So here we're back at, I believe it's Mystic Mountain. I think that's right. And here's a forced fight. You can't ever get through there, unfortunately, without fighting these four. But I make semi-quick work of them, I think. I did a little better job with utilizing techs and getting them in the right spot. It's kind of strange that I targeted the one dinosaur runner to the right there, and it wouldn't hit the other one, but when I hit the one on the bottom, it did. I don't know, that didn't make a lot of sense to me, but whatever. I guess it's one of those things. It's always nice to check. Chrono just crushed those things with his counterattacks. He didn't even need a turn. I believe that is the last fight for 65 million BC. Yep, I can sneak right by that set of 4. And the next time you come through here, it'll be a little bit different. We'll go into that, when we cross that bridge, I suppose. But let's jump in. Let's get out of here. Alrighty. Protodome. Nope. And back to Medina. I was trying to think right off the top of my head if we would have went back to Protodome. I'm wondering if we could have. There's got to be some way that stops you from getting back to the Guardia Forest. Because there's a porter. If you go all the way back through if you basically retrace your steps that you took through the future to get to Protodome, and just make your way back, I think you can unlock the porters that take you back to your own time. But there's got to be something that keeps you from doing it. So maybe I'll check what that is here before the next video and report on my findings. But all right. So anyways, we're in the Mystic Village, and there are a couple of tabs that you're going to want to grab. Wow, sorry. Had I been thinking, I would have just saved some time and not gone into my inventory here, because there's another tab upstairs, but I didn't. So I stick the speed tab on Chrono, because he is, again, he's a powerhouse, and I'm really stacking my deck on him. You know, trying to get him as many turns as possible and really put out the damage. So that's my thought process behind where I'm putting the tabs, and then I'm putting all my magic tabs on Marl because I want her heals to be as good as they can get. Typically, that's how I build my party. Marl's, like I said, Marl's my healer, I guess. Chrono's by far the top as far as dealing damage, and especially physical damage. He gets crazy later on in the game. Once you finally get Luminaire, that skill is just, it's so crazy powerful. There's nothing here in the inn, but I poked my head in just to see. And then here we've got the market, and one thing I will say is to remember this place, because this guy has got some fantastic gear. This gear, you have to plead with him, and you'll fight him, and then he'll grudgingly tell you that he'll sell to you. But this guy's prices are just off the charts. They're crazy. You're not actually meant to buy this stuff. I thought it was interesting that they did this though. And I think maybe because the prices were so crazy, that is why I don't know, I made it my goal to buy this stuff, I guess. The first time I ever played the game. But the Iron Blade's garbage, the Steel Saber's garbage, but the Demon Edge that's fantastic. Look at the stats on this stuff, it's just crazy. So, 65,000. I'm not even close. Not even close. But we will get there. And I will show you how. There's two ways you can do it. You know, you can just wait. The events of the story, as the story unfolds, the events change, and that guy's prices, he'll drop them after a certain point in the game. So if you want to wait it out and not go through the headache of trying to get that much money, just wait it out, and you will get that gear eventually. But I will show anybody who is interested in really going the extra mile, and we'll go through how to get that stuff hours and hours before you should be able to. So here we have Melchior at his hut. Melchor? Never know how to say his name. I'm gonna pick up the red katana, and apparently I never equipped the plasma gun, but oh well. Here I hesitated. I was going to buy one of these, and then I realized that, I own 2 of them, but none of them are equipped. And I don't have Robo with me. So there wasn't much reason to buy those. So, equip Chrono with the red katana. And the 2 ladies get Titan vests. And I totally cut off Mr. Melchior. What a sad state of affairs. And I thought you needed to talk to him to prompt this, but no, it's not. You just go to, leave his house, and he'll tell you that you need to go through the cave. So that is the end of this video. We will see you next time.